Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Worldhoppers collaborative channel where we talk all things books, and all of the merch sales and the ad revenue goes to charity. Yay. I have Robin and Ray here, and we're just going to chit chat about like how our reading is going so far this year. Reading progress, goals progress, just how we're feeling. Just casual, nothing real I don't know, organized, right? As most of our videos usually end up being anyways, very just all over the place. So just felt like chatting about it. So to start, are you on track to meet your book spread goal? The kind of just basic goal that most of us, I think, have on BookTube, whether it's Goodreads or Storygraph or whatever. Where are you guys at?
Yeah, I'm not on track at all. I think I'm like at least 5 behind.
Okay. That's not bad though. That's not
Not
like terrible.
bad, but I'm also like, do I feel like catching up?
Yeah, you have time. You have so much time to catch up.
We're only at the end of March, so you're fine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I agree. You're totally fine. I love Storygraph because it has like the little like message or whatever, because mine says, "Brilliant, you are ahead by 9 books." I'm like, heck yeah.
Ooh, nice.
Then I can slack off sometimes and I'll still be good. But I always set my goal to like 50. So it's like really like I know I'm gonna get to that. Sometimes like last year, I think in like August, I still hadn't hit it. And I was like, I'm getting nervous, but that was still plenty of time. So I did. So yeah, I just always set it at 50 and
okay.
go over that is cool.
Yeah.
Fair. I also use Storygraph, so mine also says brilliant, but I'm only 4 books ahead.
Hey, that's still good. That's still
I love
good.
this for you guys.
You have so much time though, like for real.
Time.
Yeah. And what's your goal set at? What are your guys' goals? Like
Mine is at 80.
Okay. See,
that's mine is only 55.
okay.
And mine was 52 last year, so I only increased it by
Yeah, I used to set mine for like 75. I did that for like 2 years because when I first joined BookTube, I was like, out of the gates. I read like 110 books one year and like 90 some the next. And I was like, yeah, 75 I can do. And then a couple years of like, barely. Let's go to 50. We'll just do 50. Makes me feel better.
I feel like I always hit like at least 70, 75. And so I'll try to make my goal like 5 more than, or like to the next 0 or 5. Because if I get like 83, we're not doing 88. It's a weird number. I don't like it.
We don't like it.
So I was like, oh yeah, 80. We can do that.
I'm sure you will. How many did you read last year? Did you say? Was it?
It was like 70 something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Also, I am a firm believer in if you're realizing you're not going to reach your goals, just change them.
Yeah.
Or delete them. Like outside.
No, nobody.
Yeah.
No, just change it.
Yeah.
If like you do like a mid-year goal thing and you see a totally different number, that was the number the whole time.
I don't even care about this anymore. Who had that goal? Not me. I don't know what anybody's talking about. Yeah, it doesn't make me feel bad. Like I have friends who like really like that makes them feel like a failure or something. I'm like, I don't care. Especially it's my hobby. I don't care.
Yeah, and like you set the goal yourself, so it's
like
you are in control here.
Yeah, exactly. It's not like no one's gonna give me a promotion at work for meeting my reading goals, unfortunately. So it's whatever. Too funny.
This is true.
Okay, this one. How did you feel at the start of the year? Were you like feeling real motivated? Like January, like into January, how were you going? Because I was so motivated. I was reading through, because all last year I read like, I don't know, an average of like 5 or 6 books a month, I want to say. Like some was like 3 and then some was like 8, but most of the time it was like right around 5 or 6, which was less than like normal for me. So, and I just was kind of like, not like slumpy, but just like not feeling it as much, not picking up books as much to read. So and I was fine with it. I was just like, yeah, I'm just kind of reading slower. And then, January, I was just blowing through books. I was like, heck yeah, I'm on a roll. So I was feeling good. Yeah.
I was like, I think January and February, I read like 8 or 9 books in each month, which is like more than my norm. And I was like, yeah, I'm going to do this. It's gonna be great.
We're going for it.
Yeah, like this is the year I was gonna kill it.
To be fair, Robin, you've had some life things that got in the
We're
way.
talking about moving and stuff too. That can always be a bit of a wrench in the plans.
Yes, yes, that did come up unexpectedly.
Oh, yeah, that's no fun.
So,
Yeah. I think I always feel motivated at the beginning of the year. Probably because like by the time I get to December, I'm like, I'm not setting a TBR. If I read, I read. If I don't, I don't. But then like end of the year content and stuff. So I'm just like, it is what it is. I think also this year though, I was a little more motivated because Izzy and Shay were doing Read What You Own. And I was like, ooh, I gotta do this. I definitely need to work on my own TBR. I've not bought any books since my birthday in January, which I feel really good about. But we're almost at April. Barnes and Noble in my city moved to a different location. The grand opening is Wednesday. So, but yeah.
Sounds like a need to attend.
yeah.
Exactly.
That's really good though. That's one of my like goals. We'll get into that in a minute, but like the spending, the buying. So it sounds like you're doing better in that regard.
I'm doing all right. Like for once, like I didn't like say like I'm on a book buying ban, and then that's when it actually works out. Because anytime I'm like, oh yeah, I'm going on a book buying ban, a month later I'm like, oops, book haul.
Yeah, darn it.
Wasn't it like my bookends, like the series that I do on my channel? And it was like, I think one of the first rules was like for every book that I'm over, I have to go on a month. Like equals a month of no.
Yeah, you did.
Never happened.
That's just so easy to justify it. It's fine.
In my mind, you just never made that rule. So
yeah, see, exactly.
I love this. It's just like things never existed.
Yeah, they're your rules. You can change them or remove them entirely. That's my philosophy with all goals in life. So how are we feeling now? It sounds like we're feeling slightly less motivated. A bit, maybe. At least Robin and I maybe right.
I'm still motivated, and I still like am not planning. Well, here's the thing. I have gift cards. Technically, even if I did go and use these gift cards, I have not spent any of my own money, which I feel has to count for something somewhere in some loophole.
I think so.
Yeah.
Right? I mean, it has to, but I think I am increasingly reading more each month, which is great.
That's good.
But also like for this month in particular, for March, like I started off on such a high. I had 2 5-star reads. It was going really well. And then like the more that I've read throughout the month, my ratings have just steadily declined.
Oh no.
Okay, well, it was fun while it lasted.
Yeah. That's the thing that can be so demotivating too, though. Like you're on a roll and you're liking a bunch of stuff, and then like you start picking up several things in a row that you're not liking. It's like, man, I don't want to do this. I want to read these.
For sure. I'm at this point where I'm like, am I in a slump? I'm not sure. Or I haven't given anything higher than like 4.25 stars this year.
Oof. At all?
Nothing.
All year?
All year. Nothing.
I mean,
not a thing.
I don't give that many over. Well, I've had a few 4.5s this year, I should say.
Yeah, let's be honest. You recently decided to be a little less stingy with your 5 stars.
I did. But I still have only had 2 5 stars this year, and one was a reread of a 5-star I read last year, and one was
fair.
Yeah, and then another was a sequel to a 5-star from last year. So
yeah, I feel like I've had technically like I've had 2 5 stars and 1 4.75, but I feel like for this time of year that it rounds out to about 1 5-star a month. So I'm still optimistic.
That's pretty good. Yeah. Yeah, I'm feeling like less motivated slightly just because like I was on such a roll in January of just like I want to read all the time. And then something happened. I'm not totally sure what. And then I just wasn't reading as much in February, but I still read an okay amount, like for me. And then March has been a time. I think also, though, I was reading a couple of chonkers at the same time. and I was enjoying them, but they were taking me longer and like slow paced chonkers.
Oh, yeah.
So it was just, I was like, I'm liking it when I pick it up, but god dang, this is taking forever. And that just kind of demotivates me a bit.
Yes, maybe that's what my problem is. Everything's taking so slow to get to the point.
Yeah.
Yeah, Robin. Robin soft DNF'd our last buddy read, which is one of your faves.
Was it what I think?
Yeah.
But I mean, okay, that's fair though. Especially like the first bit of that took the first time I read it. We're talking about the final
Yeah.
strife for anyone not sure. The first time I read it last year when I had the NetGalley, it took me 30 days, I think, to get through the first 30%.
Really?
And I was like, dude, I'm gonna DNF this if like I told myself I'm gonna give it to 50% at least because I've been DNFing NetGalley e-arcs like crazy. But like I'm enjoying it, but holy god, it's taking me so long. And then right around the 30-ish% mark is when it started to like pick up for me personally.
And I think
and then I was like, okay. And then the last 70%, the rest of it
good.
took me like 6 days maybe to read.
Good. I'm not confident that Robin is gonna make it. Like, so you and Monet both like said like the beginning, it's very slow, like nothing really happens. The main character is just high as a kite. And I'm
for drugs.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I went in with pretty low expectations, even though I had heard good things. I went in with such low expectations that it just ended up exceeding my expectations, I think. And then all the twists and turns at the end, and I was like, oh, I'm loving this. So I ended up rating it 4.5. And Robin's like, wow, that's a really high rating.
Yeah, I'm just looking at it like
miserable.
I'm not having a good time. And it's like, I love a drug addict. No.
Oh my god. Oh, can I put that in the thumbnail? A quote? Oh my god.
But like she's just not doing it for me, and I'm just like, why? Why not?
It's completely understandable. Like,
and it's funny because I offered to gift Robin the audiobook on Libro FM. Robin's like, no. Absolutely not. She's like, I got it on Libby. It'll be here in 8 weeks. And I was like,
oh my god. That's so funny. It's like, I can't look at it anymore right now. Oh man. Yeah, it definitely is one of those books that like I get it if people are like, okay, I don't what's that? Because like I said, literally, I think it was over 30 days. The first 30% took me.
This makes me feel better.
Yeah, I was honestly. And it was like I wasn't having a miserable time necessarily. I was like, okay.
It's very slow.
And yeah, I was like, it's slow, but like very realistic depiction here of like people who are just like her whole everything is just drugs. I need more drugs. How can I get more drugs? But like, she's not really doing anything. Like, nothing is happening with the plot. I'm getting pieces of the world, but like, what are we doing here? So that's very understandable.
Fingers crossed that Robin ends up enjoying it.
Dude, because the sequel to I'm getting on. This is turning into
now.
It's so good. Oh my god, I loved it. I freaking so.
I'm like,
it's very. Like the world opens up a lot, and the twists and the turns and the information you learn and the big reveals. It's a lot. I took notes. I had notes going, and I was like looking up stuff from the first book, like searching on my Kindle. Like, okay, I know they talked about this thing. I can't remember what they said about it. And like, I was like fully crazy reading that, but it was
no. I mean, you were honestly the reason I picked it up in the first place. And I was like, she talks about this,
and you're like, Sean, what is this?
And I'm just reading it like, this is what she liked.
No, trust me, I get it. I get it. I promise. It took me a hot minute, but that can definitely like affect feeling slumpy or whatever. Like reading stuff that's just taking you a long time.
Yeah.
Like I said, even if you're enjoying it, because like I was reading Clash of Kings and then Blood Solace by Vela Roth, which is those chunker fantasy romances, and it's slow paced. Like sometimes I could see the argument of like painfully slow. It's very slow. And then like Clash of Kings, like, come on. And I was enjoying both of them, but like they were just taking me so long. And I think it just kind of made me like, okay, here we go. Because I try not to read like 6 books at a time anymore. So when I'm reading 2, they're taking me forever. I'm like, I just want to finish these to pick up another one. Takes some time though.
Yeah.
Okay, so have we made progress on any of our other goals? Do you guys do other like I think you guys both do like different reading goals, right? Or not necessarily.
Yeah, so I, thanks to you, Shoshana, made a series spreadsheet. And so I realized that I hadn't like updated in a minute. So like my April TBR is just like continuing completing series. And so
Nice.
like that's like my goal right now. I had Robin, Steph, and Jess pick books for me. Not the best idea that I've had, but we're gonna do it.
I think it was probably the best idea ever.
It
So
wasn't you. I expected you to pick a romance because you typically do. I expected Steph to pick fantasy, but then when Jess picked a romance, I was like, now I'm reading like 4 romances, and this
Oh
is
God.
not what I planned.
Are they fantasy romances or contemporary?
I cannot do fantasy romance. I hate fantasy romance because I hate when fantasies have a romance subplot because I'm always like, I don't care. This is not the time to profess your love to each other. You are in mortal danger. So a full-blown fantasy romance, I don't think I could do it.
Oh, that's too funny. I've realized I'm very particular with mine. I can get down with them, but
yeah, like if I were going to read a fantasy romance, I would probably take a recommendation from you over anybody because we have the same like irritations with romance.
yeah. I don't mind fantasy romance when like, but for me, it just has to be like a really like a mix, like almost like a 50-50. I don't mind if the romance is more of like the plot, like because it's a romance, but like I need the fantasy stuff to be awesome as well and like really intriguing and like capturing my interest and like the political stuff going on.
Yeah.
Be interesting and like compelling and whatever. And then like I do love a good lovey romance as well. And some spicy scenes here and there, but man, sometimes it just
oh my God. Ray, you should try some fantasy romance and
No.
Shoshana should give you the recommendations.
I've tried so many that did not work at all.
I don't know about that. I'll do that.
The beloved favorites that I was like, what? No, DNF. I can't.
That's what I feel like I would just DNF a bunch of them.
Yeah,
so
I did.
like, maybe I should stay away.
All of my like romance fantasy, like deep dive, those couple of vlogs I did, like I think I DNF'd like at least 50% of them.
Nope.
Yeah. And they were like faves that I got like recommendations from, but didn't work for me. But so okay, you're doing series. I also have like a series complete, like try, and it's just 5. I just want to complete 5 series in the whole year, and I haven't met the goal yet. But
there's time.
I'm on track too for like what my plans are, because that's something I'm doing differently this year. With like, obligation. Like I don't do TBRs. I've never done TBRs, like monthly TBRs. So I did like a yearly, just for the whole year, pile of possibilities of like, because I want to get my own TBR down. I want to finish some series. And like, I also know myself though, where if I don't write anything down, it's like out of sight, out of mind. And I'll get to October and be like, dang it, that series I should have finished, right? Because it's just, I forgot. So I made like, every month I did put like, oh, I could read these in this month, but like I'm totally comfortable and I already have like moved stuff around and like, well, I didn't get to that one, so I'll just pop it over here. That's been going pretty good. I still have also obviously picked up a bunch of crap. It's not on the pile of possibilities, but I'm at least keeping stuff in mind and not totally forgetting about the plans. So,
that's good. I mean, low key, I am a little like embarrassed at how many duologies I haven't finished. Like there's only 2.
You're like, I can get so many. Yeah, man, it's daunting. My brain just like shuts off as soon as I'm like, you have to do this. I'm like, no, I don't want to.
Don't tell me what to do.
Yeah. It's like I'm telling myself what to do, but I'm just like, no, I reject it. Why? Stupid.
We hate authority in all kinds of.
Yeah, even from ourselves. It's so stupid.
Yeah. My goals. I'm nowhere near meeting any of my other bookish goals. So
it's all right. That's okay. Again, you have plenty of time and you can change them or delete them if you want.
Yeah, but I kind of really like these goals. And I was like, this is gonna work this year.
It's very early.
Yeah, there's time.
Super early. My like money spent and like my book budget goal, I'm not doing so hot. I'm not doing terrible yet, but I
Okay.
have spent more than I anticipated I would at this point, and I haven't used the library as much as I would like at this point. So there's that.
You know, you can always change that like budget goal.
Yeah. I mean, and it is just kind of like an arbitrary number I picked.
Yeah.
I took last year what I spent and just divided it in half because I was like, girl, we went a little.
That's a lot. That's a big chunk to shut down. Too.
Yeah. Because the year before, I didn't spend as much as what my budget is this year, right? Like I jumped up a lot. I spent way more. I just like kind of went buck wild, and like it's like financially, it was fine. It's not like I like put myself into debt.
Yeah,
I'm gonna get my house repossessed or anything, but like just trying to be more responsible and like conscious of the spending because I could use it on other things, like the housework I was telling you guys about.
True.
I mean, I feel like if you ever start going into debt over books, we might have to stage an intervention.
That's a whole, yeah, you're like a hoarder. That's a whole situation. Yeah, I shan't ever do that, but just trying to be more conscious of it and just trying to read through like my owned books.
Yeah.
Like, so it's kind of a combo because that's a goal I have too. So it's like in combination, like these two goals should work together, like reading what I already own and not like buying as much because I have basically a library here that I can
Very
from.
true.
But the thing is, it's like you buy books and you're super excited for them. And then like if they're there for longer than a week, they're no longer exciting. And now you need new books. So
well, and then I see someone on Twitter or something or on YouTube talking about like a new release that I'm like, I didn't even know about that. That sounds amazing.
Now you need it.
Yeah. Now I need that new fun thing.
Yes.
Consumerism, man, it gets us all.
True.
Gets us all. I was just thinking that yesterday because I was rearranging my shelves a little bit. And I was like, why though do I think I need hardcovers and paperbacks and special editions of my favorite books? I'm only ever gonna reread the paperbacks. Like those are the only ones I'm gonna pick up to reread. So like, why
don't editions are decoration?
That's I mean, clearly I have the Final Strife one here. Yeah, I just because I think it's because I went to go pre-order the UK of the Battle Drum, the paperback, because I have the paperback of the Final Strife, and I was like, God, I was like, I'm gonna end up with a whole shelf of just like one book series that's 3 books long. I have so many copies of each book.
That's not a problem.
I mean, it isn't really. It's just so funny. It's like I don't need this, but they make me happy. I don't spend my money on my car or I don't know many other things. So books it is, man.
I feel like you could collect art, which it is. Books are art.
That's true.
Books are art. Yep, that was right. I mean, or you could like be a drug addict in real life, which is not cool. So
exactly.
You
could be spending your money on worse things.
Exactly. Yeah. At least we have, relatively harmless habits, right?
Has a book ever hurt anyone?
I mean, maybe.
Being thrown at people and stuff.
Well, the person should have moved.
Well, we kind of answered this one already, I guess. Like, is it a good reading year so far for you? I feel like it is for me, even though, like I said, I haven't gotten a bunch of 5 stars, but like I never do. And I've gotten a lot of like above 4.5s, 4.75.
Yeah, so. I agree with that. I will say though, my first reading month, I don't do like a disappointing books of the year, or at least I haven't historically, but this will be the first year that I do because I did have some disappointing reads at the beginning of the year. But otherwise, it has been a pretty good reading year so far.
That's good.
Yeah, not so much, but I will say that I have been DNFing books more.
Yay!
And I love that for me. So I've only DNF'd like 4 books, which does not sound like a lot. Well, if we're including those soft DNFs.
Yeah.
But like, I consider that good because like I could be wasting my time on books I know I'm not going to enjoy.
Yeah. We are not here for that.
Mm-mm.
I've only DNF'd 6 this year so far, which because I'm having a pretty good reading year where like I'm enjoying. There have been a couple where I'm like, I could have DNF'd that, but I would have been fine with it. But it is what it is. Trying to like, complete things, and especially like series. There was one, I can't remember what it was, but it was like the final book in a series that I was like, I don't really care anymore. I was like, let me just finish it. It's whatever. Oh, it was the Arrows trilogy by Miss Mercedes Lackey. And like me and Elle and Monet read that whole thing together. And we all loved the first book. And then like the second book, I was like, eh. And then the third book, I could have DNF'd. But I was like, it's quick, it's easy. I'll be done with it soon. We're going to do a live show about it. I'll finish it. But I did not care.
I hate when like the first book in a series really brings you in, and then everything else sucks.
Downhill from there. I know. It's the worst. Because you get so excited.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've had the same thing, particularly with trilogies, is like where I'm struggling. And then I'm always like, okay, maybe this was just middle book syndrome, and the third one's going to be so good.
Yeah.
And so I'm like waiting for like those final books and series to come out so I can be like, was it worth it?
Yeah.
Did it waste my time? Hopefully not. But I'm like so optimistic for like the ends of like the third in the Black Sun series and in Kingdom of Souls, right? Like the second.
I think I gave up on that one.
Oh yeah, you did say that.
I couldn't even read the second one. I started it and I was like, I was messaging Elle and I was like, Elle, did you read, what was it called? Fevered Star. I was like, did you read Fevered Star? And she's like, yes. I was like, all right. Because I want to DNF it, but is there like big important things like that I need to know? Do you think? And she was like, honestly, no. There's like one key piece of information and like a plot point that you need to know, but other than that, and I was like, all right, tell me what it is because I'm not reading this.
Yeah, trilogies have been like really not great for me, but I'm just like, no, the third one's gonna be so good, and then we'll see.
And then true. It's not.
Don't say that, Robin.
No, it's gonna be great for you.
It's gonna be great. I promise.
Amazing.
That's why. Okay, again, not to make this all about the ending Fire trilogy. I was so nervous for Battle Drum because of that. Because I'm like, God, debut author. Like, I really loved this one, but like middle book could like really suck or whatever. And then I freaking loved it. And like, I mean, with the Final Strife too, like as a book, she stuck the landing. I feel like the end of that book, you're like, what the frick? And then same thing with the Battle Drum, where by the end of it, like there were so many like reveals and twists and turns, and then the ending happens. You're like, what the? Oh my God. So I'm like, I'm trusting, like she stuck the landing of the individual books, and I don't feel like the middle book has middle book syndrome. Okay, so good. I'm like, high friggin' hopes.
Okay, that's good because I am worried about, I think it's called Mirrored Heavens.
Yeah, that's the.
I'm worried. I'm a little worried because I love Black Sun so much, and then I loved Kingdom of Souls, and then Reaper of Souls was so disappointing. And that is my lowest rated book of the year so far. But I have Master of Souls pre-ordered, and it comes out next month, so I'm just like, okay.
Here's hoping.
Right. I'm gonna be like calling Robin like, this was the worst thing I've ever read. Why didn't you tell me not to pre-order this?
No, that's not gonna happen. You're gonna love it.
Oh, now you want to be positive.
So amazing. I promise. Yeah, I did DNF, but I unhauled also Black Sun and Fevered Star.
Wow.
Because I was just like, I don't think I'm gonna continue with this. Like I've read plenty where I like the second book was kind of whatever, but I'm like, I couldn't read it. Like I don't, and I will never reread it ever again. Like I won't ever read that dang book, even if the third one is great. So I'm like, maybe I'll pick up the third one.
What would you have to hear to like pick up the third one?
I don't even know. I would probably have to have like friends who know my reading taste and know like why and be like, no, Joshana, you specifically, I think will love how it ends. Okay. Like that would make me like, okay, I'll consider it. But just people loving it in general, I'm like, no, it's so great. I'd be like, I don't know. Yeah, I don't think I care. But like, yeah, people who like know me really well, I'm like, no, you specifically will think it's awesome. I'd probably pick it up, check it out. I don't know. I just don't have any hopes for it.
I was going to say, I don't know if that's going to happen, but
Yeah.
Come on, guys. Optimism, which is
Sorry.
really not my thing. I'm the most pessimistic person you will ever meet. But when it comes to trilogy endings, I'm like, it's going to be great.
Whee! Yeah, we'll see. I'm also nervous for the Burning Kingdoms ending, though.
Because I'm not worried about that because I enjoyed both the first two
I did
books.
too, yeah.
So,
And actually, you know what? I liked the second one even better than the first one, actually, now that I think about it.
yeah,
So,
and in your
yeah.
video, your recent video, you were talking about Bhumika being on the cover. So I'm hoping that's true because I really do like her.
I would think so. Like, it would only make sense.
Right?
Because like each book has had one of the 3 main female characters on it.
Yeah.
So I would think. And then Hassa has to be.
Oh yeah,
the
for
final
sure.
book.
I just wonder, do you think it'll be like a white cover?
I don't know. Okay, this is completely off topic. I was just thinking about this because when I was pre-ordering, because the first book, Final Strike, the US cover is blue.
Mhm.
And then the UK cover is red. And now with the Battle Drum, the US cover is red.
Mhm.
And the UK cover is blue. So I'm like,
I
what
feel
are
like
you
that
doing?
makes sense though, because like we're led to
I
believe that
guess yeah,
Scarlet is one thing. So I'm thinking that
it'll just be
feel
white
that-
and white.
Yeah,
Yeah, that actually does make sense. That
maybe.
it could just be white, like maybe white and silver and white and silver.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I was thinking.
Yeah, that makes sense. Sorry.
No, I'm following this whole thing because, you know, how many pages am I in? Like 100? I don't know. But it's making sense to me. And now I'm like, I kind of just want to have them if they're all going to be pretty covers.
I
They're
do
very-
love the covers.
Yeah.
Do I want to read
very-
them? Actually, Hasso is the only person that I'm liking so far. So
I love
She-
her. She's the best.
I love her as well. And like that trilogy, like I don't have like other than Hassa, the other characters, I'm kind of like, yeah, they're cool. Like I think they're well-written characters, but I don't like they're not like my babies that I love. Like,
you know,
but like Hassa, I like the most out of all of them for sure.
agree.
100%. Especially like in the Battle Drum as well. Like she's the only one with any goddamn sense.
No, seriously, because where I'm at right now, Honor's kind of losing her shit a little bit, and Hassa like put her in her place, and I was like, yes, somebody needs to tell her.
Yeah,
I might continue just for that. Just for that.
Just for that moment.
I don't like Honor.
Yeah, Honor's
She's annoying.
She is. Yeah, she's quite annoying. Oh man, I need to change subject because I could just talk about the book series forever. Okay, we kind of said I think a little bit, but faves yet, and like what have been your faves? What have been your favorite things you've read so far?
Robin, have you had any?
Robin's like nothing. Yeah.
I've got nothing.
Okay, what was your highest rated?
Yeah,
book?
your highest rated so far. What have you enjoyed the most, at least? Maybe not like a new fave or a fave of the year, but like enjoyed the most.
Hold
Have
on.
you enjoyed any?
Let me check my story graph. It'll tell me.
Okay, we'll come back to Robin. Chana, how's it going for you?
It's going good for me. Yeah, I've had a couple. Like I said, one that I gave 5 stars was a reread was Adventures of Amina Al-Sarafi.
Oh yeah.
So like at the end of the year, I won't include that because I had it last year. But then the Battle Drum was 5 stars.
Okay.
And then, I mean, I've had, like I said, I had a couple 4.5. One was a graphic novel. That was fun. Middle West that I've never heard of. Oh, and then The Blood Mercy by Bella Roth. I really, really like that fantasy romance. The slowest of burns.
Okay. Let me write that down then. You said it's a fantasy romance, right?
Yeah. It's vampires, but like the coolest. No, listen. No, listen. It's the coolest take on vampires like I've ever read. Like the most like unique. They are like basically gods, and like not just in like they live forever, but they are like altruistic. They abhor death and pain and suffering. Like their goal in life in the world is to like reduce suffering, and like they don't kill, they can't kill, like it's against their like core beliefs. They have a blood union with all living things, so they literally like can feel pain of like anyone or anything like near them, and they like hate it, and it's just like the worst thing ever. And they're just like they're just so nice and lovely and whatever. Very, very slow burn romance though. Like
I'm fine.
characters don't even start like flirting until like 70% into the book.
Damn.
They meet before then, but they have no flirtation, no nothing, and it's like very slow with the like character work.
So it's like friends to lovers.
Yeah, kind of like allies to lovers, I would say. Like they don't really know each other, then they meet, and then like they're allies together, and then eventually to lovers.
Rose
And
is
it's
not
very
gonna like it.
political, like very, very political, and all the like maneuverings and stuff. One of my favorite female characters, though, Cassia. I love her.
Okay.
I don't know if you'd like it though, because it's really.
I mean, vampires, friends to lovers are for me. So I don't know.
Might be out of there. It's a very like there are a few spicy scenes, and they're good. Like I liked them. A little weird with the like the verbiage that the names we use for the private parts. It's like in their language. It's like made up words in their language. Least favorite part of the like spicy scenes because like okay, what? The one word is Krana, and they just keep talking about her Krana, and I'm like, stop! What is this? Just say the other thing. But the like romance itself, though, outside of like the spicy scenes, is and there's only a couple because again they don't even flirt until like 70% of the way. Yeah. It's so sweet and tender and like just so adorable, and like they're both very observant of each other and like perceptive and like giving each other space and like being gentle and sweet and loving. It's like a very like sweet romance. I don't know if I feel like you probably would be like, no.
I mean, I like sweet romances. Like I don't do like alpha holes. Like give me
it's 0% that
golden retriever energy all day. But yes. Okay. I will try it.
Robin's so excited.
I am so excited.
You'll have to report back.
Oh, I will.
Yeah. I was shocked. Like I figured I would like it just based on what I heard of it. I guessed that it would be like maybe 4 stars. I was like, I think this could be a 4-star if what I've heard about it is true. And yeah, I really liked it. And there's like 6 books out already. I've only read the first 2.
Whoa now.
Oh yeah, it's massive. Yeah.
Is it like on Kindle Unlimited or something?
Yeah. It's all on Kindle Unlimited. Mm-hmm.
All right.
I'm waiting till I read the 3rd one to see if I'm still really liking it before I start like buying physical copies.
Okay.
Because again,
that's fair.
Reaching our goals.
Yeah.
Keeping our goals in mind. Anyway, yeah. So that was a fave. What have been some of yours?
Okay. I finally read Amari and the Night Brothers.
Oh, I haven't read that. I know everyone loves it. I'm sure I would too.
It's so good. Yeah, so I love that. The River of Silver by S.A. Chakraborty. That was fine. I mean, I enjoyed it. It was nice being back in that world. There were only like 2 stories that I didn't love. One of them was Manaiza's because it was Manaiza. And the other one was Dara because it was Dara. So Robin, you love it.
I will skip that. I will not even read it. Like, I'm not joking. I don't care to read anything about his BS. I don't care.
Fair.
I haven't picked that up though because I don't know, because of how like I felt when I finished the series. I was like, I don't know if I care.
I pretty much hated Empire of Gold, so I liked it. Yeah, I think you'd like it
at some point.
And then Sinful Vow, which is a mafia romance on Limited, and I really liked it. It's a series of different Black mafia families, and as soon as Heather mentioned it, I was like, ooh, I'm intrigued. And then I finally read it and I was like, I owe her an apology because I didn't read this sooner when she told me to. So I'm really looking forward to that.
Cool. That's fun.
So my highest rated are not always my favorites.
Yeah. Okay.
But I started Spy Family.
Okay.
Oh, okay, yeah.
And it was super cute. Like I laughed out loud.
Oh, that's always nice. Yay.
What?
What did you rate it?
4.25. That's my highest.
Okay.
Of the whole year so far.
I thought it was gonna be like 3.5.
No. And then 7 Days in June. I told
The
you.
disappointment.
I really enjoy drug addicts. Okay, I don't know what to tell you.
You did say I love a good drug. Oh my god.
So
Oh,
like,
so funny.
while I don't think of it as a romance, like it's been, you know,
Yeah.
coined, but
It's
like
absolutely not a romance.
Yeah,
Let's
not.
that's
clear.
that's the most like prevalent thing I've heard about it.
Yeah,
It's
People
definitely
just being
not.
like, not a romance.
it's
Don't.
not a romance, but it is a great story.
Okay.
And she's a good, well, I can't vouch for any of her other books. She's a particularly good writer in this particular book.
Okay.
So do with that what you will.
I feel like Ray is still judging.
Oh, I've been judging. I feel like I need Robin and Monet to read Tia Williams' other book.
What other book?
What's the other one?
She has another one. I can't
I don't
remember
think I've
what
heard of
it's
it.
called, but I feel like it has like a greenish yellow cover, maybe.
Oh wait. Oh yeah. What?
I feel like the two of you should buddy read that, and you'd probably have a great time.
Probably. Wait, have you read it?
No,
Oh,
Oh
good.
wait. No, I was thinking of something else.
why would I
I'm
read
thinking a couple
that?
different.
Perfect Find.
Oh yeah. Okay. Yep. I see it.
I think
Maybe not like that either.
you would maybe have a good time with that.
This feels like a setup.
I'm gonna pitch it to Monet and see what she says.
Feels like there's a lot you're not saying here.
Yes.
What's the motive here?
I just think you two would have fun. I don't
I
know.
mean,
It
probably,
might be just as messy.
maybe. You know,
I mean, I set you up with and Monet did read it with Wahala. But I told you I was setting you up.
Yeah.
You knew.
You tried that with me too, and I was like, Joshana,
Yeah.
I literally just watched your recent reads. I'm not.
I sent it to Robin. I was like, here, this way you didn't spend your own money on it.
Oh, I'm gonna read it.
Get ready. Get ready. Oh god.
I am excited.
Just
as soon as I find it in one of these boxes.
Dude, I'm not joking. Like, I was yelling. I was listening to it on audio for the most part. And there were parts where like these two characters in particular were driving me so crazy. And I was like yelling out loud, like, this stupid beep. Like, are you effing kidding me? Like, I was so like viscerally angry reading it. I was like, what is happening? But it was like such a quick read. Another one that I could have DNF'd, but it was such a quick read.
Yeah.
And it was like watching a car crash. And you're just like, what's gonna happen? I need to know.
And now I'm really gonna read it. Like,
yeah, it's a lot.
These are my favorite books. I know that they're probably going to be bad. I know I'm probably going to hate it. But am I going to have a good time?
Probably.
Yeah.
Probably. I don't know, though, man, because I don't know if I would say it was a good time. Oh, they were just terrible. Terrible.
It sounds like the other Black girl, if we're going to be honest.
Yeah, a lot of the criticisms I heard of that, I was like, this sounds like what I feel like people will say about Wahala if they read it.
Oh, so you really tried to set us up.
Yeah, I told you though. I gave advance notice, okay? It wasn't sneaky. It was very forthright. I was like, it's not good, but I just need people to commiserate about it. When I saw the Monet read it, I was like, oh, yes. Thank God someone read it. Oh, too funny. All right, so, okay, least faves so far. I mean, it sounds like we've DNF'd a bit.
Oh, yes. Yes, we have. So my first DNF was from this month. I had a list of authors that I wanted to give a second chance. Sarah Gailey was one of those authors. I was really excited about The Echo Wife. Hated it. So I tried to read Magic for Liars, and I DNF'd it at 12%. And
nice.
Yeah, it's just not for me, and that is totally fine. My second DNF was Black Girls Must Die Exhausted. which I was really looking forward to. And I was actually sent all 3 books in the series
Oh, dang.
and DNF the first one at 25%.
Oh, no.
So that was fun. And then my lowest rated that I actually completed was Reaper of Souls.
Nice. I DNF'd Kingdom of Souls, so I don't think I would.
Oh, but why?
I couldn't listen one more time to I don't have any magic. Guess what? I have no magic. Did you guys know? I don't have magic, and that's weird. I was like, I get it. Holy crap. You don't have any magic. I think I DNF'd that one after like 3 or 4 chapters because I was like, I can't do this anymore. That's the only reason. Literally the only reason.
That is a fair assessment of the book. She does say that a lot. It is constantly reminding you that Ara has no magic.
Yeah.
Wait, does she not have magic?
I don't know.
Last I heard, she does not.
It's
the rumor on the streets. Yeah. That was like the only reason. Every time I talked about it, I was like, listen, hey, pick it up if the premise sounds interesting. This is a very specific to me complaint.
That's absolutely fair.
That sucks though that your lowest so far is the one that you were like so excited for.
So excited. I bought Reaper of Souls when I was halfway through Kingdom of Souls, and I was like, this is going to be great. And then it wasn't.
That sucks so bad. My first DNF was the first book of the year. Started off strong. I had actually, to be fair, I had started reading it on December 30th. It was like a New Year's Eve contemporary romance thing. And I was like reading it, and then I just like, I don't give a crap anymore. So I DNF'd that at the start of the year. And then I'm trying to, like, what is my... Oh, Arrow's Fall, I think, has been my lowest rated. I did rate another one that's 2.75. I rated Restored by Christina C. Jones 2.75. Also the third book in the, like, I don't know what the name of this, Eternally Tethered series.
Yeah.
I think it's like a fantasy one, but like contemporary fantasy, very low fantasy elements, really. I like the first 2, but I don't know, the third one, it was just kind of rushed, I felt like. And they're novellas. It was shorter, combined with like being rushed, where it felt like really, really rushed, you know?
Yeah.
But I enjoyed the romances there. But yeah, then the lowest rated after that would be Arrow's Fall, the third book in the Arrows trilogy by Mercedes Lackey. Just a mess. I've been rating pretty okay, really, this year. I've had a few like 3 stars, which are like middle. I mean, Daughters of Izdahar, I did give 3 stars, but like also had about 10 minutes ranting when I talked about it. And like I said, my personal like enjoyment would be more of like a 2.5. Because again, with like repetition stuff and just characters being real dumb, and I couldn't take it. But I see a lot of people enjoying it, and it makes sense why. So it was fun. It was action-packed and like fast. I read through it really quick. It was very like, oh yeah, we're doing stuff. Cool. The characters drove me crazy.
Yeah.
So there's that.
So I DNF'd an arc that I had for how to keep a husband for 10 days. And I thought I was going to have a great time because like it's so close to how to lose a
guy.
Yeah. I was hoping for those great rom-com vibes.
Yeah.
I didn't get that. I got this woman is annoying, and I hope her husband never decides to go back. Save yourself.
That's funny.
And so I don't know how that ended. I'm gonna guess that they ended up together, but I mean, sorry to that man. And then I like DNF'd Atomic Habits because it was just like, I don't want any of these habits to be atomic. And I'm soft DNFing Final Strife and
yeah.
Flame.
Pick it up again.
I'm gonna get the hold from Libby, and she's gonna be like, I don't want to read this anymore.
just try to give it to like 40%. Just try.
I'm gonna try. I'm going to try. Like,
I feel like if you get to like 40-50% and you're still just like, ugh, absolutely, like nothing has changed, like,
yeah,
just stop. but
we'll see how it goes. It should be in about 4 weeks.
okay. You have some time to like mentally prepare.
Yeah. Maybe
Try
I'll just forget everything that's already happened, and so by the
Yeah.
time I get it, it'll be fresh.
Yeah. Too funny.
Fair.
Well, that was all that I had for our like little prompts and stuff. So, and we're about getting to an hour because, as I figured, we would find plenty of things to get off on side tangents about, mostly the final strike and the battle drums. Sorry, Robin.
No,
We'll get you on our side.
I love
eventually.
this for you guys, and I also want to be on this side. It hasn't happened yet.
Yeah. Hopefully. I would say, are you planning to pick up Adventures of Amina al-Sarafi?
Yeah.
Because you should, and I feel like you'll probably really like it.
I've
It's so much fun.
Yeah,
It's so much fun.
It is fun.
Yeah. From like the get-go, I was like grabbed by the story and like the characters. And the audiobook is really great. It's a really great audiobook.
Okay.
Yeah. So definitely check that one out. But all right, well, I guess that's that. So thanks guys for joining. And yeah, we'll talk to everyone later. Bye-bye.